Hi, Joe Palmer here. I wanted to just mention something that probably nobody thinks about. It sure wasn't covered very much in the news, but it's something that everyone in this country needs to be aware of. And quite frankly, it is showing how our government is failing to protect the long-term interests of the United States. It was just announced that China and Brazil will no longer use the dollar in their business transactions, but rather their own local currency. This plays into the hands of China, who for decades now has been planning on using their currency, the Yuan, to replace the dollar in international trade transactions and as a reserve currency for many banks globally. Now you may think, well, what's the big deal? If you want to buy something in Chinese yuan or you want to buy it in Brazilian, whatever they use, have at it. Well, the problem is that if you start taking the dollar away as a reserve currency, and by the way, we are only, I think it's 55% used by global reserves. The euro has got something like 20%, the Japanese yen, I think, is around 6%, what have you. And the yuan is slowly moving up. Right now, the yuan is the fourth currency used by national monetary reserves. This is moving up from 35th position, which they were in 2010. All you need to do is look at an economic map to see how China is progressing on what they call their Silk Road and gradually forming a trading bloc, which is quite frankly aimed at destroying the U.S. economy and destroying the U.S. dollar. And unless the government of the United States begins taking action, unless businesses in the United States begin taking action and moving their businesses, moving their plants out of China, then, hey, I'm going to be long in the grave. But those of the younger generation right now that have no idea what socialism is or what communism is or the effects therein upon a civilization, they're going to be suffering. Truly, the United States will revert to what so many are now calling us a banana republic. And the other thing that the Chinese are counting on is the deterioration of our society and our social structure. And you know what? We're doing a really great job of helping them out and reaching that goal. If you study international politics, if you study the downfall of nations, you know that it's the society that fails. Back in the 60s or 50s, Khrushchev said, "We will bury you." He didn't mean that we were going to have a nuclear war. He meant that the United States would be destroyed from inside. And you know what? He's long in the grave, but he was right. You look at the things that are going on with all this social wokeness and, this thing, I want to be in it. I think today I'm going to identify as a table. Whoa! Folks, people better wake up. These politicians better get off their Democrat, Republican, Democrat, back and forth, and start thinking about one interest. And that interest is the United States of America. Anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend coming up. If you see this on a Saturday or a Sunday, still hope you had a great weekend. Please subscribe. Like to see those numbers go up if it's possible, and then if you do, I can get some new lighting. Anyway, have a great day, be safe, be well, God bless.